Scott Manley here with the third view, or the third tour of the Hangar module from Star Citizen. This is the Freelancer. This is actually what I just upgraded to. I decided that my Aurora and my 325A were not to be... Well, they were not long for this world. I wanted to get something bigger and more cool, so I went with the Freelancer. I mean, the other things at that price, there was the Cutlass, which I really wanted, but there's no physical pack with the Cutlass. Although I can buy, as an original backer, I can buy the Cutlass with the, starter kit and everything. I can't buy the equivalent with starter stuff, and this for $125 will actually give me physical rewards. But this is the Freelancer. This is, it's essentially a long-haul merchant ship. It tells us that they're frequently repurposed as dedicated exploration vessels by independent captains who want to operate on the fringes of the galaxy. Now, it says maximum crew is 2, but there are a lot of seats on this. So we have 2 pilot seats up here, and of course we can get in, and I'm not sure I showed you this, but once you're sitting down at these spots, you can use the QWOP, QAWSD and everything to move this around. That jerkiness is entirely in the animations, because I'm getting a solid 30 frames per second right now. So that is entirely due to the animations not being finished, I would imagine. So yeah, we have a pilot, co-pilot. There's a couple of seats back here which seem to have somewhat useful, interesting looking control panels here, so at least they can pretend that they're doing something good. Either that, they're just mixing the audio with their fancy graphic equalizers there. There's bedding for 4 positions, so you could actually have 8 people on this, right? Just take it in shifts, because hey, there's some more seats down here with what looks like useful data display thingies. And of course, most important thing is the toilet. Also doubles as a shower. You can see that thing flips up and there's a shower head there. And obviously, despite the fact that we are in the 29th century or whatever, they've still never learned to make glass that is uniform thickness. So yeah, we also got a nice little, I don't know, kitchen, sink, whatever. One of the things there have been a few updates over the weekend, and now you can open this door and you can close this door, which is nice. Oh, another seat. How many? That's like 9 places where crew can sit. Oh wait, let's not forget the turret at the back. That makes it 10. Of course, you can't use it. Using it opens this door at the back, which of course is used for loading cargo, and there is some sort of cargo suspender thingy up there. Now, the Freelancer is the smallest spacecraft you can buy that uses antimatter power plants. Everything below it is using fusion, whatever that means in terms of gameplay, but it's a 55-ton vessel that can carry up to 20 tons of cargo. It comes with a lot of Class 2 weapon mounts. A lot of the ships, the smaller ships, only have Class 1, but these ones seem to have much bigger guns. Of course, bigger class doesn't necessarily mean bigger weapons, it just means different types of weapon mounting. Look, we have this little turret on the belly, and there's a turret on the back there, and of course a couple of Class 3 weapon mounts are basically missiles, and like the Aurora has a location where you can mount missiles. And well, what have we got? We have the Hornet still sitting around. I actually have gifted this Hornet away back to the original owner. The guy basically wanted lifetime insurance and he let me see his constellation, so I did some nice stuff for him. This is still a civilian version, and it is possible to hack the game file so you can view the military version in the hangar. It has a set of guns like right there that pull back when the ladder comes out. But other than that, there's not a huge, not a huge number of differences. If you hack it, you don't get all the extra weapons, and I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but I'm not going to be covering that here because I don't want to be annoying RSI. So if you pledged for like the Grand Admiral package and above, then you will have the military version of the Hornet in your hangar, and you can show off all the massive numbers of guns that this thing's have. I mean, yeah, it seems that anybody that pledged for the military version is going to be way better off in terms of dogfighting capability. You see, there's those there's a gun mount there. Where's the missile mount? You would think these have some. Maybe this doesn't have the missiles mounted on it already. Instead, it has a store all pod. You notice the frame rate is really dropping when I'm coming way back. Oh yeah, business hangar, I should point out. Business hangar is what I have now because, of course, I paid for the Freelancer. Another little update they added is the ability to get into your Aurora, or someone else's Aurora for that matter, and go in the back and take a space nap. So you can actually get into the little cabin back here, and so you can lay down with your head sticking up here and take a look through the windows, which is nice. You'll be able to float around in space. Presumably park your spaceship so that the top of it is facing some nice, pretty, attractive planet body, and you can sleep in here while you're too cheap to go to port because you only have an Aurora and you need to save every penny. Who knows? Okay, now the animation is, of course, really... It has issues with camera clipping right now, and that's not entirely unexpected. I presume that it will be fixed at some point. So anyway, the other thing that I haven't shown in my various explorations of hangars... Okay, well, let's actually run down here. There's another Freelancer, which, of course, is one that I'm giving back to the person that loaned it to me. And we have these nice signs. Origin, the 300 series. And is that the one? Does that get missiles on it? Is that the 325? I don't know. And then we have UEE, United Empire of Earth, be part of something great. A great big door by the looks of things. Oh my god, they're going to take me through the door. Here is an elevator, which will let me explore the upper echelons of this hangar. There we go. And from here we can really appreciate the inability of 29th century designers to actually build glass that isn't perfectly flat. You would have thought that given that we have solved that problem in the 21st century that they would have dealt with it by now. Well, never mind, we'll just run all the way over here. Do some corridor running because, hey, I'm a fan of Doctor Who and we do a lot of running down corridors in Doctor Who, don't they? But, yeah, let's get over here. Come on. Come on, it's so long. Can you imagine those people that have the giant deluxe hangars with the buggies and stuff? Man, that must be hard work. The buggies unfortunately cost $20. There was some implication that they would be free, but no, you gotta pay $20 for it. The credit store, whatever, Voyager Direct. Oh, here's another one. Alliance StarTech, the parts your ship deserves. And speaking of parts, we can actually get this thing to work. Now, we press F. And the trick is, once you line it up, is you hold the tab key and you have access to the controller, to the mouse cursor, so you can mouse over things. The Freelancer, RSI, Aurora, MR, that's the edition. I misquoted. I said ES or EX or whatever, but it's the MR. But I think the Hornet, Anvil Hornet, let's put this in here so we can see all the bits and pieces of it. Let's mouse over the power plant. Lightning Powerbolt Hyperfluid Qua something or other. Lightning Power Limited's Powerbolt makes its living by offering the perfect blend of performance and signature masking. Lightning's proprietary superfluid quantum vortex technology keeps energy emissions low while providing better output than typical stealth-oriented plants. That's compatible sizes 1, 2, 3. What do we have? The Store-All Big Box Model H. So that basically fits in the turret area and gives you a cargo space. It lets you carry something like 4 tons of cargo in there. And then we get these guns sitting here. The Badger Repeater. Badger, 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 Badger. Not that kind of repeater. And presumably it's a repeating gun. Badger Repeater is Klaus and Werner's dependable second-tier repeating laser. Its increased output and corresponding power consumption make it a solid contender in any fight. Power efficiency continues to be a problem with the K&W models, however. So we can actually pick these up, right? Click on them, and You can drag them off. Oh, actually, no, what you got to do is drag over to weapons, grab these things, pull them off. See that? There you go. Stick these over here. And then if I go back, I wonder if I could take my Aurora and stick it in here. Now try sticking some weapons on it. Come on. Look, we get extra weapons sitting at the side. I wonder if there's any place we can stick them. No, there's no place. No hard points. You can pull these off and see if there's one of the Badger guns fits on there. Look, there you go. Badger gun goes on there, and I'm probably going to cause trouble for my friend who's trying to accept this gift at some point. The model doesn't seem to change in the hangar right now, I believe. Let's just take a quick look. Oh my goodness, it's all the way over here. First of all, have the guns disappeared from this one? We took one off. Actually, we took both of those off, but no, they're still on there. Meanwhile, on the Aurora, wait a second. Nope, it's still the same. They haven't changed these things out. So weapon reloading or whatever, reassigning still has to work, or still doesn't work at this time. That's unfortunate. Ooh, I like how it's gone all dark in this corner to take advantage of this, just so I could actually see this cinematic display. I'm wondering if I need to put these things back. I'll probably do that later. What's going on in the power section? Do we have a power plant? Oh yes, the Juno Starwork Endurance 300. Utilizes a VHTR, very high temperature thermal reactor. Oh, very high temperature reactor. And is a solid choice for Aurora pilots operating in tough environments, although based on somewhat antiquated fission technology, resulting in slightly lower power output and increased signature. That's what that's all about. And if we drag over to the thruster, and this doesn't have any thrusters. Well, so much for that. Let's go back to ships. Let's take a look at the Freelancer, see what we've got on this. We have the Bearing Mark 6 laser. Wow, there we go. Class 1, size 4. Okay, all this damage, power, range, rate of fire. No idea what that means. I mean, we have no idea how it actually converts to gameplay. The Mark 6 is a trusted and dependable high-power laser weapon system for pilots who desire additional precision and power efficiency. The Mark 6 is ideal for larger ships, can even be deployed in capital ship turrets. Goodness. Let's try bringing some of these weapons over. Do we have a place where we can fit any of these? No, it's all... You get these little dodecahedrons that show up saying, no, you can't fit it here. No. Let's switch over to power. What do we have in terms of power? We have nothing in the power plant and nothing in the thruster. So yes, this is our bay for now. I think personally, off the 3 hangars, I think the business hangar is the best. It just looks stylish, it looks modern, it doesn't have any of the bourgeois excesses of the deluxe hangar. It just feels functional and great. And with that, I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.